Welcome back. You're still watching Daybreak on this second day of October 2023. And it's time that I want to introduce the panelists that we have here in studio as we begin this conversation on, of course, so much going on as we approach the end of the year. And also many things that are expected to happen this month, including the 20th of October, Mashujaa Day, with one of the big events expected to be unveiling of the community health promoters. We'll be discussing that this month as we inch closer to that. But this morning we have Nelson Koech, the Member of Parliament for Belgut constituency, and also the Chairperson of Defence, Foreign Relations and Intelligence Committee. Good morning.
Good morning, Sam.
We have Anthony Kibagendi, MP, Kitutu Churches South. Good morning.
Good morning.
We have Beatrice Elachi, Member of Parliament for Dagoretti North. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
It's been a while. Then we're still expecting John Chikati, the Member of Parliament for Tongaren constituency. As soon as he's able to make it here, he'll be joining the conversation. And this morning, we're waking up to the stories on the front page of the Daily Nation. It's about the death on campus, different images of persons that have lost their lives shortly after joining university. Aged between 18 and about 24, the images there, their names there, and asking questions what exactly happens, including that story of Mercy Gerono, who was 18, reported to the Daystar University, and in less than a week she was gone. And of course, still matters of investigations. On the front page of the Standard, puzzle of our government living large. Economists reacting to the control of budget report say in spite of the cost of living going through the roof, state officials are yet to tame their spending habits, splashing money with wanton abandon on things that can be avoided. And still on that front page, you find the story of Haiti mission, not a walk in the park. Veterans and civil society warn Kenyan police are ill-prepared to take on the ruthless gangs in the Caribbean nation. Of course, they're still getting to understand the details of what's going on in the communities of the capital of Haiti, reporting that over 2,700 people have died between October and June 2023, of course, from criminal gang attacks. And there has been a call from the Prime Minister of that country to the rest of the world to have an international mission to go and help restore sanity in those cities. We've seen different leaders, including the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, calling for support. And Kenya has expressed support by saying that we'll be sending 1,000 police officers to that country to help. In that, the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs, Alfred Mutua, has explained and said that indeed this is going to be a task that Kenyans or Kenyan police officers can adequately deal with. The Inspector General of Police, that is Juan Koome, is saying that we have never failed in an international mission. This would be the first. Anthony, let me begin with you, Honorable Nelson Koech, because you come from a committee that would know foreign relations is important in your committee. What have you had in as far as this deployment, and what are these factors that you're looking into, but also what informed our generosity?
First, let me put this to context, that Haiti is the size actually smaller than Kitui County, with a population of 11 million, where there has been, and you know, the president was executed in 2021 by gangs, and in the same year, 2021, the UN Secretary General requested that special armed forces should be sent to help, first of all, neutralize the gangs, and number two, bring order in Haiti. And it's not the entire Haiti, it's actually the capital city, Port-au-Prince, that has all these gangs. First of all, we have, as Pan-Africans, we have a long history with many of the countries in Caribbean. That is why you even have a road in Nairobi called Marcus Garvey. You know, so Haiti is the first black country to gain independence. We've been accused before of not doing enough, especially when there was marauding apartheid in South Africa and many other countries in Africa. On this one, we believed that we could be of help to Haiti. And you know, when I know Kenyans have made a joke out of this, and many think that the police who are going to be sent there are traffic policemen. Kenya has a special, the request is special armed forces. Kenya has special forces. And in police, let me give you an example. The current Deputy IG, Gabo, has been in missions, several missions, in Kosovo, in Vietnam, in Angola, in Southern Sudan. So there is absolutely no problem whatsoever. We must put our country in the global arena, at least for the good things. This one I totally support, and I'm extremely proud as a chairman of Defense and Foreign Relations that at least Kenya is going to do something. We've had various other deployments before to support peace in different parts of this country. There's absolutely nothing different from this one, and we sending our officers. The president in July 2023 stepped forward and said Kenya will be the first country then to offer that assistance. This is a joint mission. It is not only Kenya. In fact, Kenya is sending 1,000. Rwanda had even offered to send 2,000 officers to Haiti. So it is perfectly okay. And these ones, let me tell you, Sam, our officers will be trained. Our officers have encountered gangs before. They are properly trained for that. And I'm sure that support that they are going to give Haiti will put us in the global arena in a very good way.
Who's doing the training?
They've been trained here. I mean, even the experience that they are going to get from handling such gangs that probably we don't have in Kenya will also open up their minds, because so many other countries...
You're saying that they are going to be trained by who?
It's a pool. It's a United Nations is actually the one that is undertaking this. So there's a pool of other officers from different other countries. That experience from how gangs are handled by different countries will be a joint effort. And from that, I'm sure we will get a lot of experience from such missions. So for me, I think it's a proper mission. It's a good one, and I totally support it.
Okay. So the CS of Foreign Affairs says that hopefully by January they'll be in Haiti. So where will this training be happening? The location and the time?
I wouldn't know the exact details of how this mission is supposed to be undertaken, but all I know is that Kenya is going to send 1,000 officers, and that is as much as I know. But in terms of if it is necessary and it is important for the country to do that, I totally support it.
Okay. Mheshimiwa Kibageni, first of all, have you been here before? I don't think I've hosted you.
You haven't hosted me, but I've been here before.
Okay, karibu sana.
Thank you.
Tell me about your thoughts on this mission to Haiti.
One, on the issue of training, I think that is guesswork, because this thing is being pushed pretty fast because of, number one, indeed, Haiti needs support. While they need support, I'm perturbed at why the U.S. is aggressively seeking support from a small country like Kenya, yet they have all the resources and personnel, and Haiti is a few miles away from the U.S. They should be able to deploy their police officers or even the army to go and restore peace there. But again, I support, just like my colleague here, Chairman, I support that we need to send police officers. The same police officers that were terrorizing us during the Maandamano should go there and feel the heat. The way they were dealing with us, they should be able to deal with these people so that next time we have Maandamano, they are even well prepared. And you realize this government has been very, very discriminative in the way they distribute opportunities. Usually it is from 2-3 communities, and then the rest of Kenya share the others. We hope they'll do the same when they send these police officers to Haiti.
You want them to discriminate in...
Let them discriminate. The same way they've been discriminating Kenyans, let them do the same when they send these officers to Haiti.
Why do you say that?
That is a discussion for another day.
No, it is for this morning. Because, I mean, you raise it. Why would you say that there needs to be discrimination in deploying police officers to Haiti?
What I'm saying, we've seen government unfairly distribute opportunities, lucrative opportunities. And we are saying, even this one, we want to see the same. They should not try to put other communities ahead of this extremely risky, can I call it a risky opportunity for this country.
Are you saying the Kenyan National Police Service is not fit for purpose in this?
I don't think they are. When Chairman here says they'll be trained, I'm wondering when.
They're already trained. We have special forces, anti-stock theft unit.
This is not anti-stock theft. These are...
It's the same skill that you use. Is that not about...
Look at even the rifles they are handling. We don't even have them in our KDF. We don't have this kind of rifles in our KDF. No. So these are extremely well-organized criminals. Imagine taking down a president. They did that in 2021. And we are hurriedly trying to send our kids to Haiti to go and sort this out. Yet, because let me tell you, what is the motivation? Is it the $2 billion? Is it $2 billion we are getting as a country? Is that the motivation?
Are we?
Yeah, we are being paid for this. We are being paid for this.
No, that is not the true position.
Look here.
I don't deal on...
Joe Biden said, we will give this amount of money to Kenya for this mission.
No, the money that is put for this mission is in a pool. It is used for... By the way, it's not only Kenya that is going to undertake this mission of countering the gangs. There are so many other countries. There's Jamaica, there's Antigua, there's, like I said, there's Rwanda. So there's a pool of money that will be used. What they had requested only was that let's get enough resource that will take the officers for 1 year. That is, you can actually even Google that, and I'm accurate. So that is exactly what is going to happen. There is no money specifically for Kenya or any other country. It is a pool money. It's like what happens everywhere in the missions, like what we have in Congo and many other places. It's nothing out of saying Kenya is the only one that is going to...
Okay, Honorable Kibagendi, you'll give us the details about your claim about...
I want them to Google in the meantime.
I mean, $2 billion that'll be coming to Kenya, because that's also a lot of money. You said 2 billion shillings or dollars?
Let's move on. I'll be able to get that.
So get your facts.
Okay. Honorable Lachi, what is it? You're happy this morning. Tell me your thoughts about, but also first to introduce Mheshimiwa Chikati from Tongaren constituency. Good morning. Great.
Thank you.
Mheshimiwa Lachi, tell me about your thoughts on this mission. Is it a priority for the country? But also, what do we need to do? Because if you're to deploy the Kenya Defense Forces outside of this country, it has to get approval from Parliament. Do we need such for the police? Or what role would Parliament have to play?
Well, first, thank you. Thank you, Sam. I think, first of all, let's start at the positive side. The positive side is that, yes, Kenya has always been among the countries that go for missions across the world. It's been very positive for the many years that they've gone, based on the training that we have undertaken, not the police, but you find that we have very good young officers who have been trained in this country, who understand intelligence and all that. But then now let us come to Haiti, a country that has had its own challenges for the last, I think, 20 years now, beyond. A country where it's now divided in gangs that run now the country, is where now we should be asking ourselves, have we trained our officers to understand how to manage gangs? These are not even criminals. These are not criminals. These are gangs who have decided they run a parallel government of their own. It means at any given time, they are like terrorists, not like, they are terrorists. And they can do anything to survive. So are we willing to say our police officers have that training? That is one. Number two, isn't it fair for us to just send our KDF for this mission, the way we've been sending them to Liberia, to Congo, than sending our police officers? Because we will send with good faith. Let us not come back one day on this show feeling very disappointed because, trust me, we will lose our police officers. We will lose them. This gang will terrorize our police officers. They will wonder what, because when you watch any of the stories of Haiti and you look at these young people, first of all, they don't care about death. Second, they are ready for anything. Now, we are taking our police officers who are used to a democratic country where things run into order. You are going in a country where there is no order. And you want to tell me you will be able to manage. For me, I think on this one, unless you're telling me they are going to back up and help our KDF guys who will be in the front, then they will be backing up, doing office work, and I don't know the other things. That one I can think. But you are telling them they are going to face the gang. So you'll be shooting to each other. First of all, you're entering a country where they speak French. So have we already tried to look at the language? Because even for them to understand where they are headed, language is very important. Communication is key. And if you cannot understand what they are saying, then you will be in trouble. And in any war, the first thing you always want to understand is the language of where you are going. How are you going to communicate? Do you have at least a team there that will work with you? If the police themselves in Haiti are unable to work, to deal with their gangs, so how are they going now to help you to integrate and then now deal with the gangs? So it's a mission that we need to really, and I'm not saying in bad faith, I am saying it is important for us to appreciate we've been very good in peace building. We agree women are suffering there, but for me in this mission, I think our soldiers are the best to go, not our police officers.
Can I correct something, Sam, before?
Found that one.
About, just a quick one.
Yes.
Why we didn't send our army? Mm-hmm. Because this situation has not degenerated into war. It is purely lack of law enforcement. That is why the army has not been sent. Those multi-country police will enjoy the UN protection.
Hey?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We'll enjoy
the UN status protection. Like,
what does that mean?
Like, of course, if you attack such police, that joint police team, you're subject to ICC.
Okay, so I would wish to understand, Sam. Mm-hmm. Are they going to support the government? The police are not just going to deal with gangs. What they are going to do is to assist the government to bring back order within their country.
It's not the country, Honorable Elachi. The problem is in the capital city.
Yes.
Okay, the capital
city. Takes care of the country.
The capital city, the population could be around 2-3 million people, and these are different gangs that have been fighting.
Yes.
And that is when the president requested. Of course, also we have to support. This is a United Nations request, like you did put when you in your opening remark. It is important as a country, and Kenya being a country that has continuously supported peace across the globe, we had to step forward. This puts this country in a positive way in the global map.
Okay. There's a lot of information. I need us to tie it down. Yes. But Honorable Chikati, talk to me about where we're headed, but also what wisdom informs Kenya to choose, because it actually appears like it's sort of leading the mission or such a thing. At least from Africa, Kenya is in the lead. Yeah. What informs this?
It's because of the background and the history of Kenya in operations that support peace across the world. Compared to any other country in Africa, Kenya has the biggest experience in terms of maintaining peace, right from the Far East. Call it Sri Lanka, call it Ceylon, go to West Africa, areas like Liberia, Sierra Leone, parts of Africa like Congo. I mean, compared to any other country in Africa, Kenya is way ahead in terms of peace building, in terms of law enforcement, in terms of understanding military operations and police enforcement. That is number one. Number two, the criteria and the parameters for selection of whether the military will go to Haiti or the police is beyond the understanding and comprehension of any politician. I want to really say this because Mheshimiwa Kibagendi was saying, I mean, he wants to know whether they are coming from Kisii or Bungoma. It is really beyond beyond that. It is really it's really a matter of selection of who is the best, who has shown some skills in terms of maintaining peace and so on, and they have their own criteria. And I want really to urge that the politicians may not want to look at that detail of who is going and who is coming from where. That is number two. Number three, on the language of operations. In any country that Kenya has sent military operations, it has been in countries that speak different languages, and we have succeeded. You don't only go to operate where they speak your language like Kiswahili. You want to go to Tanzania or you want to go to Uganda. That will not be good. You have to go, because going means learning. It means experience. It means looking at the other geographical things, the foods, the language, the culture, and so on. And so this is a very good exposure to Kenya as far as I'm concerned. And so in issues of combat training, issues of peace building, those are issues of military, issues of the police that really a politician like me may not clearly understand. And therefore they have their own parameters of selection.
But do you think Parliament should have any say on this?
Yes, Parliament has a say on this, and Parliament is represented by the Chair of Defense. That is the connection between Parliament and
I'm asking,
yes.
Parliament as an institution, because I mean this is a deployment that is coming from Kenya to another foreign country. We actually don't have any. Do you have any foreign relations with Haiti? No.
No.
I don't see that relationship. But
we have a relationship with Haiti through the UN.
I'm saying directly, we don't have a bilateral relationship. That's what I'm talking about. But should Parliament as an institution express itself on this?
Yes.
Yes.
How so?
Through the House committees. And the defense chair is here. In fact, he's sitting right next to me.
So I get what you say, but how do you do that? How does Parliament express itself as, at the committee level in such a mission? So do you expect any request for approval from the executive, or you just, I mean, what?
This is not a military operation. That, you know, you are sending a military operation in another country. This is a contribution of peace building to a friendly country by the police.
And that is what I'm asking, because you say the Parliament needs to express itself as an institution, but these are Kenyans from the National Police Service, which is an agency of the government of Kenya.
Yes.
Or by the people of Kenya. Does Parliament, the representatives of the people, need to express themselves as an institution about this? If yes, how?
Yes, to the extent that if it was a military operation, then Parliament will come in. They have to seek the permission of Parliament. This is a policing agency through the United Nations. And there must be arrangements which are in place. Arrangements which are in place that Kenya has to participate through the UN in terms of peace building.
Okay, so you don't see any direct contribution?
I don't see it.
By Parliament?
Thank you, yes.
Sam, I think it will be important, I don't know, but it is important for the committee to bring in a special motion on it, because these are people who you are deploying, whether they're not going on war, yes, but it will be important, so that if anything then comes to happen in between, then it will mean that the representatives of the people went through a passage of something special to appreciate and approve what the executive has done. Because in the end of the day, if we have any casualties or anything, then it will come back to Parliament, to haunt Parliament, because people will be questioning now from Parliament. Okay. So I think they should appreciate that Chair is there, and Chair must table something to show.
Actually, what I would, my initial, the US has offered $100 million for this project. So, Chairman, yeah, they offered some money. But that aside, what we need to discuss is about even compensation. If we have one or two of our officers casualties in Haiti, in what way are they going to be compensated? In terms of what if they die, if they have permanent injury, you know, and stuff like that. Those are things, I think, through the chair, we need to have something come to Parliament for us to discuss and look at how Kenyans can actually be taken care of, because we are certain that is going to happen, and they are not working within the borders of this country, and hence we actually need to have some form of regulation or even legislation guiding this particular peace mission.
I'll say this, that it will come to Parliament.
Yeah, just a moment. You need legislation for this?
Yeah.
That's a bill to become an act of Parliament?
Not necessarily. We need to look at existing acts and insert clauses, because we have not had this kind of engagement before in terms of...
If insert clauses into an act, then that requires a bill, isn't it? To amend the act that is existent.
Yes. So long as we protect...
So then you're talking about an amendment bill?
Yeah. So long as we protect and protect the officers that will be going to Haiti and look at how they'll be compensated. And again, on this, I hope you'll not be bringing in a request for funds for a mission that we Kenyans did not intend to get involved in.
What do you mean? We don't need any funds to prepare?
From ourselves, from the taxpayers.
Why?
We hope they'll not be coming again to seek for funds for this particular mission. They have been adequately funded by the US.
How do you know that?
14-point-something billion shillings, that is adequate. So, Kenyans have bigger problems that we need to focus our resources on. This is not something we need to give attention in terms of the resources that we have.
So, okay, even if the US, because yes, Anthony Blinken said that $100 million would be given for that mission, but even if it comes here, I mean, there has to be a way that it's spent. So you think that should be left to the National Police Service to deal with?
In terms of?
That money, if it comes, it should be left to the National Police Service to manage. To
handle the members, the officers they'll be sending to the United, to Haiti. We don't need any allocation. I'm hoping the Kenya Kwanza government will not come up with some request to Parliament for funding towards this particular mission.
All right.
Yeah.
So there are many pending questions that I want us to dispense with and take a break from these. Mheshimiwa Koech, first, we've had the Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary speaking about a mission to Haiti. We've not had expressly from the Interior Department, yet the police fall under that department. Is there a problem there? But secondly, if these Kenyans are to go out there and they say Parliament needs to express itself, only that they don't agree on how that exactly should be done, is there a route to that? Because like he says, there are those that may lose their lives, there are those that may be injured. There needs to be a policy on how they're going to get compensated, because this is not from the usual operations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is, and this team is going to operate under the UN Security Charter. I think Charter number 7 or something. Insurance and medical cover is provided on the mission. It's happened in other missions. It will happen on this. I am certain about that. And number two, like you asked, if it will come through Parliament, yes, it will come through Parliament, because there's a paper that was prepared by the National Security Council that was sent to the Cabinet, I am informed, and it will be coming to Parliament through the relevant committee. So if it is something to do with the police, then it will definitely go to my colleague Honorable Tongoyo and the Committee on Security, and it will come to the floor of the House for that debate. So I think that will sort out all the fears that Kenyans have on how this mission will be undertaken in Haiti. And just so that to put into perspective what Honorable Kupagendi had said, is that Kenyans have been trained in different countries. Like Honorable Chikati did say, Kenyans have been, there are police officers who've been trained in France, for instance. And the units that are going to operate in this mission, we have several units in Kenya. We have the BPU, that is a Border Patrol Unit. We have the Rapid Deployment Unit. We have the Anti-Stock Theft Unit. These are officers who are trained to tackle similar crimes, almost similar crimes, even though of different in nature, but the training is the same. And we've undertaken other missions before. So there should not be any fear whatsoever. These police officers have been able to handle
even though
before.
some would say that the anti-stock theft unit was not able to deal with the bandits. They had to require KDF support.
Yeah, but this I hope this one will give them that necessary experience. This is not, by the way, these are just gangs. And I took a lot of time last night.
They have killed 2,700 people.
I know. I took a lot of time last night to read about Haiti and its history, because even me, I was not generally very conversant with what happens in Haiti.
Okay.
But from what the journals that I've read online, it's not as complicated as we want to put it. Our officers are up to task. We've handled even bigger challenge before, M23, for instance. Yeah.
Okay, so they may be suffering the tragedy of lawlessness in their country.
Yes.
All right, so why CS Foreign Affairs and not CS Interior speaking about this?
I wouldn't know, but I think he was saying it on the backdrop of the foreign relations that might explain to the country what was happening and why we are deploying and what we are going to get in terms of the global map that Kenya is being put into. I think it was on that, but he didn't speak about the administrative issues of this assignment.
Okay, what about Chikati? You wanted to say something?
Yes, exactly what he is saying. It's like the official ministry of all other ministries in Kenya is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Yes.
What did you say?
I'm saying that anything touching on communication with other governments, it is done through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
No, I'm just asking, in the local context, you've not had the Interior Cabinet Secretary speaking about this, or maybe maybe he's not ready for that.
Probably he will. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's take a short break here. On the break, the mission to Haiti, indeed, so many questions, and I hope that you'll be getting answers in the coming weeks. We take a short break here. When we come back, we'll be speaking about the ghosts of IBC that we witnessed at the Bomas of Kenya in the ongoing National Dialogue Committee. As you expect, they should be winding up. Is it this week? Probably tomorrow? We'll see about that.